with Spacestation. So,
man.
crazy situations for them here, but for Spacestation, everything to gain here with a win over Complexity.
So I guess it's not that bad if you're Spacestation, you know? Let's say Complexity beats you here. If they run the table, you get one more shot at it, right? Unless I guess they won the regional, then I guess they would be out if Complexity won. But
I believe so, yes.
You would be, putting a lot on Complexity to run the lower bracket, especially with a G2 waiting somewhere in the wings at one point or another. So who knows what's to say. You would like to take it down here if you're Reddles, Arsenal, and Daniel, that's for sure.
This is probably the least amount of pressure that they've had in a major clinching match, other than the one they just had against version 1. So the good situation for them, but again, twice they've already been in the situation against Complexity, and Complexity's managed to get the win.
And I will say, AJG, Shad, and Raise Bull, over the past couple of days, especially some of the games on Friday, hitting some amazing redirects and some crazy passing plays. AJG, another big stop there. Complexity's defense, if there's one thing that they can take away from 2021-2022 season, they've learned how to stick it to some of these top offenses in North America. They can hang tough on defense now.
Oh my! AJG just did his best, golf tee impression. It's like standing on his nose with a ball on the rear of his car. That was fascinating, and in a wonderful situation. Complexity, they're super low on boost, completely drained in all tanks on their own half, and yet able to get out. There was finally AJG, I believe, found it in his own corner, yeeted the ball to the other side, while the rest of the team spreads out to find boost. A sticky situation for Complexity early here in game number 1, easily dealt with, but now back on defense. AJG to the corner, Raise Bull through Reddles, and Arsenal and Daniel come on top of each other as they retreat backwards. No one in the midfield here for anybody. And Shad will take it to his own corner, getting hounded by Reddles there, but able to dodge the demolition. Arsenal going to get taken out by Raise Bull in enemy territory. He's going to spawn behind his team on the rotation.
And Complexity do have to be careful. It does feel like they're happy to play the punt game and give the ball over to Spacestation, and I don't know if that's necessarily the approach you should be taking. That being said, they're the ones who are 2-0 against them in major qualifiers, so what do I know?
Reddles past one, trying to connect with Arsenal on the free backboard, but pinches to the corner instead of down in front of the goal. The challenge was Shad going up to Raise Bull. Back to AJG with so much power. A rocket of a shot for goal number 1.
Absolutely a rocket. You are not kidding about that. 100 miles an hour. It's not even a pinch. Talk about squaring it up. Ooh, that's a tough save, even if it does come from midfield. That fast? Woohoo!
There's no saving that. By the time you read it, the ball has scored and the goal explosion is halfway over. Arsenal to the outside says that was pretty. Now we got a kickoff and no one cares.
It is an excellent catch from Arsenal. This is definitely where he gets his money. Such a tough player to read and what he's going to do. And even that one, he doesn't really do too much. He just jumps up and holds air roll and he's just spinning into the ball. And they're just trying to figure out if he's going to lean the car backward, maybe go for a flip reset. Does he get 2 on the kickoff?
No,
AJG
close.
is there for it. Reddles does not press.
Giving a new definition to the term spin to win. As it goes back away, off the backboard here, Reddles to the corner. Just past halftime, 1 goal apiece. It's Complexity down to the side. Daniel out of this edge, past Shad. Raise Bull quick on the collect. Now AJG to the backboard. Raise Bull picking up corner boost. He wants to turn on this, but getting called off by Shad. We'll get a neutral challenge and a demolition on Arsenal. Raise Bull to the outside. AJG doesn't move up. Leaves it for Raise Bull instead. Arsenal through this guy. Just goes for it himself. Blocked by AJG. Daniel on the follow-up here. Well placed. And he's going to get goal number 2 in the lead for Spacestation.
Arsenal, just the very direct line. He knew he couldn't really catch it because he sees Shad coming to challenge him there. And that's just Arsenal making the best of what you can. You hit it so strong, and you know that Complexity likes to come up, try and take the ball away, force you to beat them. And Arsenal says, fine, I'll just put it on target and see if you guys can make the recovery effort. Not that time.
As long as he got it past Shad there, he was in a really good spot. AJG was going to be in dire straits, and he was. Even though he made the first stop, the follow-up from Daniel. Well placed. so much time to work with. Daniel not going to miss on that wide. Daniel passes another one here, looking to extend the lead. But drops it to Raise Bull.
Oh,
Just plants the ball all the way back down the field, giving it to Arsenal on the backboard.
And, maybe Complexity needs boost or something, and it works out either way. They get the ball back, but for how long is the question. Boost is so critical to a team like Complexity when you like to play so fast and so aggressive.
Wow.
Reynolds with the air dribble bump. Pull that one out of the back pocket every now and again. It's certainly going to be good here. I mean, you can't really fault AJG. He's got to make that jump at it. Had no other line. He was in front of the ball, so he just has to dive, commit to a trajectory. And Reynolds, being the discerning and observant player that he is, says that's the wrong line. You can't win that way.
As long as the cruise missile locks on, it's basically a perfect play. There's nothing a defender can do once the player who shot gets in front of the ball and successfully bumps you. And now looking for maybe a 3-goal lead here. Arsenal will run into AJG. But so well drawn up. I'm so sad Reynolds doesn't have a camera turned on. I wanted to see the pop-off after getting that hit.
Can't pop off yet. It's too early, Reynolds would say.
Is it? I feel like
Game one is too early. It's when you're in game 3 and you're up 2-0 and then you hit the stick double tap to squeeze it under the crossbar, then you pop off on.
Okay, I need to read the new chapter in the pop-off meta book. There's a pass out to AJG here. 13 seconds left. They need this goal, but not going to get it there, and that one should basically secure the game. Daniel through the sky, looking for some last-minute heroics. Shad will take it back down, but there's just no time left on the clock. And after that clings off the backboard, AJG will get one for the road, but the game going to go to Space Station.
Looks closer than it is. Garbage time here, almost under the 1 second mark. Double commit there from Space Station, but you can be pretty happy with how this one played out. Think they executed on what they wanted to. Space Station doing a really good job trying to put as much pressure on those Complexity corner boosts as they could. Because when you play like Complexity does, fast, go, get in your face, boost is the critical determining factor of whether or not you can play that style of gameplay. And Space Station committing to trying and put as much pressure on that and blunt that counterattack as much as possible is a brilliant idea. I think that's the right way to approach Complexity.
That is still such a fast shot, but the follow-up here, Daniel, well done, and then Reynolds all by himself to put the game away. Nothing. It almost didn't look like he got AJG there. It was the camera I was watching from was very, very far away, but the fact that there wasn't a demo or a very clear change in trajectory made it kind of hided it from me at first there.
Very gentle love tap.
Just enough. It doesn't have to be flashy. It doesn't have to cause a boom. It just has to get him out of the way.
Everyone is happy with however it goes in the net. Generally, most of the time. I've never seen a team be disappointed to score a goal.
Oh dear, the goal went in.
How tragic. I think Space Station is very happy to take anything they can get, especially against a team like Complexity, who's been an absolute thorn in their sides so many times in just this season.
Well, Complexity now looking to bounce back. A strong start to game number 1, but ultimately in the long run, the marathon, Space Station able to hold on. Raise ball on the outside here. Shad now out of the corner. Nothing for him there. Raise ball now back down. Out of that corner, Daniel will find Arsenal in enemy territory. Leaves it off the wall and opens up for Reynolds. So confused here. Space Station going to take the first goal.
And this is just straight misdirection. AJG, to be honest, goes for a pretty bad challenge. You can see Shad, he bit on that Daniel attempt, and he was so ready to try and make a save on something, and it's like, oh, I guess they missed, and now you're just hanging in the air, helpless, as Reynolds comes through and powers one into the back of your net. No chance for him, and that's the problem when you're always expecting the first thing to be what happens.
I love it. It's the double fake. You don't see that very often there, where he sends it up to Arsenal. They think it's going to be Arsenal. Then when it's not Arsenal, oh, it must be Daniel. Nope. Chuck Testa, Reynolds is the one who comes in.
And that really does go back to that midfield attack from AJG. I mean, he just kind of let him through a little too easy. I think he was just thinking pressure, and even if I'm late, I'll at least get a touch. But he was that late, and AJG gets stuck on the backboard here. He had plenty of boost, was definitely making sure he couldn't get demoed from Arsenal. And this one, I think he thought Daniel was maybe going to try for a double tap or something off the backboard. So he starts driving up the wall. Daniel just throws one to the floor and he can't reach it.
I lost track of Raiseball in that play, though. Shad upfield trying to harass the shooter. Didn't really work. And then AJG very stranded on defense. And we'll go to goal number 2 here for a well-played shot from Daniel. 3:32 on the clock. Reynolds down the line. Raiseball over to AJG. Extended well. Nice 2-touch play, forcing a save out of Daniel. And Shad now on the follow-up. Blast another one at him. Daniel, a rock on the ground. Stands and dribbles. Now through 2, Reynolds in the corner. AGG out to Raiseball. Nice connections, but Shad bumped here. He'll get his wheels back under him, but demolished 2 demos. Nice. Now a counter. Look at that. AGG, the only player still on the board. Oh, they get them both so by Raiseball going to put the first one in.
Demo. It's Complexity who ends up respawning in time, and that's the perfect laydown from AJG. Don't get greedy. Don't go for the perfect redirect in the top of the net. Give the guy with the right line who can see everything in front of him the chance to shoot. Nice push out into the middle. Strong shot into the corner. Complexity right back in it.
1-goal game. AJG off the top. Arsenal will push it into Complexity territory. Daniel now chasing 1 down behind 2. Raiseball.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Able to kind of get back over his shoulder and pick up control. Demolition on the Shad. Might tangle up the defense here. No one going to be on the backboard because of it either. Actually, 2 players on the backboard immediately following respawn. Shad and AJG both flying onto their back surface. Raiseball now to the outside. Arsenal to try and chase this down.
He's through. Shad didn't reach it.
What a clear. Shad to chase it. Reynolds picks it up in the corner.
That's the perfect catch as well from Reynolds on that sidewall there to take it into a dribble. Stop this bit of ping pong going on. That is a game that Complexity is very adept at. And any bit of ball control you come up with is definitely going to help. Arsenal forced to just dump one down the middle of the pitch to buy some time.
Spacestation's got the lead in this game. They had the lead in the series, but they are far from playing perfect Rocket League right now. There are definitely openings for Complexity that they can formulate the proper positioning and they're advanced through the midfield to be easily punished.
The exact inverse is true on the other side of the coin, though. And it's very much you blink first type of chicken style game where we're just going to keep going and going, and whoever makes the wrong approach on something like right here, AJG needs a little help. Raiseball is there to bail him out. Not quite enough for Spacestation just then. And Complexity, I don't know how they pulled that one off the goal line.
Raiseball coming in from off screen, full afterburners across the crossbar. Raiseball here needed to block Daniel. Oh, Daniel gives him some space. Raiseball didn't have any boost either. Final minute though, Spacestation holding on to the lead.
Ooh, and he wants to go towards the net. Shad couldn't go for the demo on Daniel. And that's, again, the right control from Daniel. Don't go for the boomer. You need to let your teammates grab some boost. Even if you end up getting demoed for it, you've stalled a little bit. Everybody's reset. You're in a decent position defensively to try and hold on for the last 30 seconds.
Wow.
And that's a dunk from Daniel, but goes wide.
Man, the fact that he got that close. He got the dunk out of it. Reynolds looking for a cherry pick off the backboard. Spacestation commanding the final minute of this game. Shad not able to get through Arsenal. Raiseball now out on control. 60% of boost to work with. Only needs 1 goal. Final 15. Pass 1. Reynolds touch not the best. Shad with an opportunity, but Arsenal redirects to the outside. Shad's going to fall after this one with no boost to work with. Pass 2. No, Daniel shuts him down in the midfield. 5 seconds left. No one's there. Reynolds will put the nail in the coffin. They'll take game 2 as well.
I think Raiseball was considering going for the ball here in the midfield. I think he got bumped. Yep, there he is, just punted away by Daniel. No other choice but to collect the corner boost and hope Reynolds misses. SSG been going for that cheeky demo on the back man on Complexity all game. Finally comes through to make sure game 2 gets put on ice, and Spacestation looking good here in the best of 7.
We've seen them. I want confirmation from the people in the back, but I do believe that major tiebreaker from Series 1, from the fall split major tiebreaker that they played against Complexity was a reverse sweep. The game, the winter regional match that they lost, major clinching series they lost to Complexity, was they lost in game 4, so that one was not as close. But
wait, fall regional 1,
winter regional 3,
Okay, when's the
Complexity
original
beat
3?
Space Station in a major clinching match, the best of 5. It was in game 4. That one didn't go to the final game here. All I'm trying to say is I'm not counting Complexity out until they get their 4th win.
I don't blame you for that, because Space Station so far, I think that they've controlled the game quite nicely, and that's always been the question of Complexity going forward. You know, okay, you've always had a strong offense from the day we've seen you play at the top level. Then your defense had to kind of step up, and now the next big hurdle for Complexity is adaptability. Space Station's got a rock solid game plan. Dribble everything out of your own half if you've got the space. Control the ball as much as possible. And if you can get that demo of where on the other side, you're going to be in good shape. Put the pressure on the boost pads, make Complexity stretch themselves a little thin, and try and play their style where they don't have a lot of boost to work with. And right now, it's tough for Complexity to really hang on to the ball in any significant way for any significant amount of time. Sure, they're getting a few goals here and there, and they're making them look good, but that amount of offense is simply not enough. So Space Station is just too in command of the pace of play.
As we go into game 3, we were talking about Atomic in the G2 series. And
yes.
For me, the series has been about Daniel. What does Complexity do with Daniel? Every time he's behind the ball, I get scared for him. AJG with a wonderful save to pull goal 1 back out of the net. And now looking for the counterattack here. AJG could possibly do it all himself. Reynolds senses the outside. Raise ball now. Back to AJG possibly. I can't connect with him just yet. Arsenal advancing down the pitch. And AJG will deflect to the corner.
What do you do with Daniel? I'm going to park myself on this corner and see how he's playing to see if I can come up to an answer with that question.
It's his ground game is so strong right now. Obviously, the thing about Daniel, the thing that makes him so good is there is not a weak link in his play style. There's no point that I would point and be like, this is the thing he struggles with. He's a very complete player. And when he's playing, when every touch is as good as these touches have been, it's going to be a very difficult thing for Complexity to come up with a response to, especially now trailing 2 games.
Time buying is an invaluable skill. You see it from some of the best players in the game. Justin does it for NRG. JNaps every now and again. Atomic now, especially on that back line for G2. Everybody who can buy your time for your teammates to make sure you're never caught out into a bad spot is invaluable. Wow. Reynolds and Arsenal going to piece something together here in the Complexity box. How's this one work out?
Yeah, how does Arsenal end up in this situation? Gets kind of a double bump, and then it's just like, oh, look, a ball. Cool, free goal. Let's go.
Good pass, Reynolds.
Just how we drew it up.
That's exactly it. That actually might be. Go get the demo, and the ball will appear in front of you for a goal.
That's what it says in the book. And look to the east on the 5th day.
After the demo.
After the demo. Here's Reynolds. Nope, Ray's Bull's there.
Look, he's just camped into the net. Like, don't mess up, Daniel. You just can't get away with anything with him. You're not wrong about that.
That's a brilliant pressure to create here, even with not the best first touch here. Moving back on a defense still.
It was actually the right play, believe it or not.
Well, he holds on to possession so well.
Yeah, he went in front of the ball to make it look like he was out of position, and then he backed up into it and chipped it back the other way to take it away from the Complexity player, and that just bought all the time in the world for his teammates to get set in the corner.
Yeah.
He's been on there. 0 to 20 boost here for the last 30 seconds or so.
Not a lot of full tanks across the pitch right now. As Shad drops this for AJG. Onto the backboard again. Going to drop it dangerous, but Daniel up on the backboard. Builds a plateau. The ball cannot fall through. Now Shad. Off the backboard. Here's Daniel up to Arsenal and into an empty net. They should be able to know, but Ray's Bull. What a flight. Excellent read. I love him just committing, saying, I don't think Arsenal's going to touch this. I'm just going to go for the trajectory I currently see.
It's a really risky approach, but it is what was needed, and that is why you enjoy watching Complexity. Their ability to just understand exactly what needs to happen. Another big save from AJG. Shad should get partial credit. He was right there with him.
Well, and I think that in that situation for Ray's Bull, like he can try to read Arsenal, or he can read that Arsenal is just going to leave it. And he doesn't. If you take time deciding which one of those things to do, you just lose. So he picked one, went for it, worked out. Gotta love it.
Man, okay, so it's been about 3.5 minutes of watching Daniel, and I think you're absolutely on the money. What do you do about him? I have no idea. He just doesn't let anything through, and even if it does get by him, it's not in a way that's super detrimental. Finally, the demo will come through, and maybe that's enough. Unfortunately, not this time.
So they did make the sweep after the demo through both the respawn zones, hoping to get him a second time. That came up empty. The Raise Bowl now in the corner. 102. Space Station a 2-game lead and a 1-goal lead here in game 3, looking for match point. And so far, Complexity's been able to get on the board every game. Nothing to show for it here in game number 3. Only 4 shots. AJG's been trying his best.
They're all just set up. I mean, Space Station's just parked on their own half. Like, yeah, break us down. It's like they know Complexity doesn't have enough in the tank to actually do it. It's insane.
Daniel trying, runs out of boost, will fall. 30 seconds left. Reddle's up. There's a miss. Reddles and Daniel, I don't know, I'm surprised it took me this long to notice it, running the exact same car loadout. The Stormwatch, and oh my goodness, the double demo from Arsenal going to open up space. And look, he's just burning time. Like, he doesn't even care.
Definitely the right move when you're up 1, but do they have one last push? That's a forced punt from Razebull into the corner. Daniel delay, and that's a big miss, but a chance for Razebull.
Good trap. Back up top. Arsenal over the top of him here, and he should be able to kill this. Puts it out. Chad going to try and keep it alive here. Daniel to the outside, and that one will do it. Space Station, 3 games up, 3 down, 1 away for advancing here and clinching their spot in London.
Is this it? Is this where you see the big shakeup from Complexity? Because you asked, what do you do about Daniel? I've got no idea. That guy in the midfield, huge problem. I mean, doesn't let the counterattacks through, controls the ball nicely. Yeah, I think, as you described, complete player is definitely the right way to define what he's been doing in this series. That's for sure.
You can see again, only 1 goal here from the side of Space Station, and a creative goal it was at that. But it was enough to get the win here, and it's surprising for me. We're not seeing Complexity take a timeout. It's actually been now 2 series we haven't seen any team call the hold on, let's not play button. And the Complexity, there's just confident that they have what it takes, I guess, in this situation. I feel like they keep that momentum going. This in that NRG mentality of, if we're only going to stop if we need to get up away from the computers. We're not taking the timeouts to like talk about things. That is their decision to make, I suppose. I think there could be a little bit of merit in taking some time, but if you don't want to take time, then don't take time. And that's what they elect to do here, down 3-0 on the verge of elimination of major contention. And Space Station, their first W to actually clinch a major. A lot to consider here for your Complexity, and the biggest one, how do you get through the Space Station midfield? And once you do that, how do you do it with enough pace of play before Space Station gets back? Game 4, possibly the final game. Space Station looking for the sweep. For Space Station, what matters more than winning this, oh my goodness, an opening there on the backboard, and Razebull will just blast it to the sky, take away the follow-up from Arsenal. Space Station winning this event, winning the series, getting to the grand finals of regional event number 3. Wonderful. But more importantly, clinching a spot in London, not leaving that up to chance. Arsenal falling behind this one, got Razebull in front of him, waiting for him to fall. Take over control, got a little bit bumped up, but Razebull still manages to get the ball into the corner. Now Daniel pass 1, hunting for goalies. Gets hunted himself instead. Razebull doing the demolition. Razebull off the ceiling aggressively here. AJG, all 3 players from Complexity up on offense. Now having to fall back quickly. Shad, small touch in the midfield, but demolished again, and physical play continues to be the name of the game.
No free touches for Complexity. Hard bounce off the corner. And there's Reynolds, dumped to Arsenal. They actually get that out to a teammate. Not this time.
Oh, wow.
I mean, you weren't kidding. The physicality of Space Station, we're so accustomed to seeing it out in front of the goal of the opposing team. And in this game, it's just been pick any of them, and it's probably going to work out anywhere in the field.
Oh my goodness, Arsenal looking for a moon ball. Doesn't find anything. Reynolds demolished this time by AJG and Daniel. Quick turn on this, flip reset to keep it going. I think he got a second flip reset there. That's incredible. As Raise Bull, midfield, has to deal with Reynolds and AJG with a clear. A very slow kind of wrap around the field style of game right now. Both teams are looking for opportunities, but neither willing to be too aggressive. And when they are, the other team has not had the follow-up touches to exploit that.
I can feel Complexity's mojo just being sapped away by this type of game. This is the dry, we're just going to punt the ball back and forth that they just can't abide. It's not in the in the ethos of what Complexity is.
If it's not full speed all the time, what are we even doing?
What are we even doing?
You're not playing Rocket League. There's Raise Bull. Wonderful tornado type flick. It's Arsenal keeping it low. Now looking for demos. Finds one. This could be the opening they need. Daniel with control in the corner. Only 12 boost to work with, but still manages to get it over the front line defender. Raise Bull, not the best of control. Reynolds got it through him. It's open and rolling all the way in. The damage was done the moment Raise Bull came down. Reynolds will score the first one.
That might be the biggest problem for Complexity. Not necessarily Reynolds. This is a great dunk and definitely exemplifies the problem Complexity's had. It's that lack of support. Offense, defense, yes, they win the ball in the midfield one time. They get it off the backboard of Space Station, but where is Complexity? I mean, they're too far back having to grab some boost because someone, just like here, got demoed, and now Shad has to go at this almost completely alone. Raise Bull is just trying to jam it in the corner, but like, what can actually come of it? Because of all that physicality, Reynolds is going to take AJG off the ball, and now Shad one more time all the way by himself because you don't have the ability to even structure your offense to have any support. Arsenal will collect a second goal. Space Station got this one on lockdown.
Arsenal in the midfield. And then Daniel, just the cross up. Daniel had control, said, hey, I'm going to go for the ball. I'm going to go for the goalies. You go for the ball. And Space Station just have had everything in the tank. We've seen pretty much everything except for, I think, an infield pass from Space Station to score in this series. Kickoff plays have been strong as well. 1 minute left to go. And what usually in these sorts of series can be a turning point, the final game, once they get on match point, it always feels like Space Station a little bit struggles here. Not been the case here. 53 seconds left. They're looking exactly the same as we saw them in 1-3.
Icy from Space Station throughout this series. I mean, nothing for free. Unless, of course, I guess Arsenal's going to miss that ball right there, but it doesn't matter.
Almost.
Nobody on Complexity thought that he was going to miss.
Almost for free. Here's Arsenal to block. 2 goals needed to stay alive. Reynolds into the corner. Raise Bull now. Putting pressure on, but Daniel takes it away from him. Wins the challenge against AJG, and just like that, completely dismantles the setup. Leaving one upfield. Reynolds intercepts on the passing lane. Arsenal's up for it as well. They've like 5 players in the air there. 8 seconds left. AJG's got to score right here, right now. Up against one. Runs into Daniel, and that is a microcosm of how the entire series has gone. Wonderful play there, but Space Station with a sweep advance to the lower semis to face off against G2, and more importantly, they clinch their place in London.